Most experts think that building a 45-minute talk is one of the hardest things to do. But you know what's even harder? Boiling your expertise into a 3-minute talk. Try doing that and you'll see what hard truly feels like. Welcome to Speak Like It Matters. My name is Sheila Muskan, your go-to public speaking strategist. And on this channel, we dive deep with studying the science and art of dynamic communication. Why? So we can master it. We can become better at it because we know that communication is part of every single day of our lives. And the better we are at it, the more effective we are in our communication. So if you are a leader and you want to know how to speak more clearly, more confidently, and with more credibility, then this place is definitely for you. Today, we're talking about how to build your first 3-minute talk. But before we get there, quick reminder, I have a new masterclass that's rolling out tomorrow called Sticky Messages. If you're somebody who has to give a lot of talks, you have to do presentations, perhaps a webinar, or build your own podcast, this is definitely for you. In 60 minutes, I give you my simple formula for building and delivering great, unforgettable talks. You can check it out at speaklikeitmatters.com/workshop, or you can simply click the link below this video. Okay, so let's get right to it. I'm going to give you 3 very practical ways that you can make your 3-minute talk unforgettable. Number 1 step is to be ruthless in coming up with one idea. When you only have 3 minutes to make an impact, giving 5 ideas, 10 takeaways is not going to work. I believe it's not going to work even for a 45-minute talk, but especially for a 3-minute talk. You only have 3 minutes. So in order to make an impact, go for the one idea. When you do that, first of all, you're not only helping yourself in getting clear of what your talk is about. And when you're clear on what your talk is about, then you can build everything else in that talk around that idea. But when you're clear for yourself, now you're also able to communicate it more clearly for your audience so that when they walk away, they're not scratching their head, but they know exactly what you told them. And so the first step in this process is to get extremely clear on your one main idea. The second step in this process is to start with a strong hook. Again, when you only have 3 minutes to make an impact, you cannot waste the first 30 seconds or even the first 8 seconds of your talk. So that first sentence, you better have a really good hook to hook your audience's attention. Now, some simple ways to do this is, first of all, use a story. You just jump right into the story, but I would encourage you not to make your story too long. So maybe take 1 minute out of the 3 minutes to start with a story. Now, the story has to align with your one main idea and also with the insights that you are sharing through that 3-minute talk. You can also start with a bold statement, or you can start with a thought-provoking question that makes people pause for a moment and think. Or maybe you want to start with challenging the status quo. Say something that goes against what everybody believes. The point is that you want to take the first 7 to 10 seconds of your talk and really make it count. The third and final step is to be extremely intentional. Now, what do I mean by that? Extremely intentional with the takeaway you have, with the story that you use, the words that you use, and getting rid of the fluff. Just recently, I was attending an event and there was a speaker. They were speaking for about 30 minutes. And the whole time, this person is sharing story after story after story. And about halfway through the presentation, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's great that he's sharing stories, but what are all these stories about? I couldn't find the thread, and I definitely couldn't understand what point he was trying to make. Stories are great, words are great, but only when they're used intentionally to actually make a point. And this doubly goes for a 3-minute talk. So you got to be extremely intentional about how many words you use. Now you don't have to count them, obviously. The story that you use, the takeaway that you're going to have for your audience, and how clear that's going to be communicated throughout your 3-minute talk. And so there you have it, my friend. 3 very practical strategies for you to start working on your first 3-minute talk. Now, here's your dream to done action step. If you want to take even just one idea that I shared with you and implement it in your next talk, here are the 3 things to think about. First of all, what is that one main idea for your talk? Second, do you have a strong hook, something that will grab people's attention in the first 7 seconds of your talk? And then finally, are you extremely intentional with the words you're using, the story that you're using, the takeaway? Are they all pointing in the same direction so that people are clear about what you're trying to communicate? I trust that you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments. And also, if you want to go deeper with this topic, knowing how to create unforgettable talks, don't forget to check out Sticky Messages, a new masterclass that I just created for you. Go to speaklikeitmatters.com/workshop, or you can just simply click the link below this video. Okay, friend, I want to encourage you to use your voice, story, and message because it's needed. It's time to speak like it matters. Why? Well, because in a sea of shallow sameness, nothing will set you apart faster than speaking like it matters.